forward button. Just a quick note about Telegram. I know some people were asking some questions about Telegram today. So we have a private Telegram group. If you come to our meetup, you're more than welcome to join the Telegram group. People were asking, what is Telegram? So Telegram is a messaging app, and it's used heavily by the crypto community. So we've decided to use Telegram just to be able to keep in touch with each other in between meetups. So if you want to join the Telegram group, you need to have downloaded and installed the Telegram app. And then once you've done that, if you drop your Telegram username into the comment section or into the chat section here in the Zoom meetup, we will send you a link after the meetup. So that is the Telegram group. If anybody has any questions on that, they can jump in and ask them. Just a quick note on the feedback. If you could please complete the meetups feedback after the actual meetup, because it allows the meetups group get a little bit more visibility if we are getting good feedback from the meetup. So if you find the meetup useful, please do give it some good feedback. And last but not least, none of what we do here is financial advice. It's all just an open discussion. So don't take it as financial advice from any of us. So just our code of conduct in our meeting this evening, we ask everybody to be aware of others, be friendly and polite, be welcoming and respectful, be open to all questions and viewpoints, be understanding of differences, and be kind and considerate to others. So our upcoming event is next Friday, and we're going to just have another general chat, because I do know we all quite enjoy these general chats. And next week, our topic is going to be decentralized finance. And tonight, we are going to be talking about our NFT minting competition or challenge that we're going to have. We're going to have a discussion about altcoins, and I know we also have some new people here, so we're going to have a Q&A session for those that are new to crypto or new to the meetups group. Now we're going to run this meetup a little bit different this evening, because there is so many of us, and we'd like everybody to be able to have a chance to ask questions and air their opinions and that. So we're going to split up into breakout rooms. Okay, so David is going to he's going to stay in the main room. And in the main room, we're going to be discussing altcoins. And then I'm going to take the breakout room. And anybody that's new to the community or new to crypto or feels like they have questions to ask and they would like a quieter environment than the chat that's going to be going on in altcoins, then they can come in and they can join me in the breakout room. But first, I will stop sharing. And we will talk about the minting contest or the minting challenge that we're going to have. So Simon came up with a great idea. A couple of weeks ago, we had a speaker on talking to us about non-fungible tokens, and everybody was quite excited by the talk. And in the Telegram group, it was suggested that we run a little challenge that everybody tries to mint their own non-fungible token, and we see who can do the best with it. So we said we'd put it down as a topic for discussion. I love the idea. So I said we'd put it down as a topic of discussion, see who would like to get involved and get ideas on the best way to run it. Now, I did do a little bit of research, and it's quite expensive to be minting these things on ETH, and I'm not sure what is the best route to go down. Now, I did look at the minting platform that Agrode shared with us, and to be honest with you, it does what it says on the tin, okay? And you can mint your tokens and you can sell them, but there's very little liquidity on that market. The website doesn't seem to get much traffic, and it's very, very cost efficient, but I'm not sure if it's going to be the best route for us all to do. And so I wanted to open up discussion on that and see, does anybody have any suggestions on the best way forward on this and how could we manage it the best? So that's out there for discussion. If anybody wants to hop in, maybe Simon, seems it was your idea.
Yeah, I was going to say I've played around and come up with a few bits, but I've not actually looked to do any minting or anything because, well, I suppose I wanted to wait and see what we were going to do. I know there's a couple of different ways we can do it. I think Wax Wax was one of them that we talked about previously, and that's quite cheap. But I think we're going to have a similar problem, that ETH is the one that's all high profile at the moment, and that's where they're selling for a lot more. But with that is going to come the cost of actually minting them. Wax, you can put it on there quite easily, quite cheaply. But obviously, if you do sell it, it's not going to be for anywhere near what you're likely to get if it's on ETH. So it's a difficult one. I guess it depends if we want to do it for a bit of fun, or if we want to do it to see if we can actually make a fair amount back for our NFTs.
So I think to
open either
leave
way.
it open for to kind of include those that both want to do it for a bit of fun and for those that want to try and make a little bit of money out of it. Maybe we should leave it open to, you can publish on whatever platform, on whatever blockchain that you want to.
Yes, I suppose that.
And we let each person select their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best way to run it, I would say. Yeah. Some people might not have the time to go full on. Some people might just want to, you know, have a bit of fun with it instead of getting full on. So yeah, I think that's the best way.
You think that's the best way as well? Have other people frozen?
No.
No, nobody's
Not for
frozen.
me. Everyone's.
No, I'm not frozen. I'm okay.
Okay. Simon, look, you look like you keep freezing on my end.
Okay, I should be all right. I'm on a fiber connection.
Oh, look at you. Maybe it's my connection. Okay, so will we leave it open then that we can mint wherever we want to mint?
I think that's a good chat. You came up with an idea that I think you popped in the Telegram as well, Paula. That was because I was thinking of things like minting a photograph, or maybe a GIF, or even an MP4 that's got sound with it. And you came up with something different, didn't you?
Yeah, I said something on the lines of minting 1,000 different tokens, and they have to put 4 together that match, or so, like a treasure hunt type thing. I can't remember the exact idea, but it was that sort of concept, that there's 1,000 of them out there, but only 4 of them will slot together. And if the 4 of them slot together, you kind of have won this master token.
I thought that was a good idea.
I think it's brilliant. Yeah, like a puzzle in a way, right? I mean,
Yeah, but that would be quite hard. I wouldn't know how to do that. And then when I was I did actually look at it a little bit more, because you're actually then minting 1,000 separate tokens. So you have the cost of 1,000 separate tokens.
right.
You can batch produce identical tokens, but you can't if you produce individual tokens, you're paying for them individually.
Bon, if you're doing that on ETH at the moment.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
So are we going to do it for minting a token or for an NFT?
Sorry, minting an NFT. Sorry, my apologies. So you were saying, Oakley, earlier on today that you knew somebody that was a bit interested in this, yeah?
Yeah, he is. He's very interested. I've given him the details of the group. In fact, he's just joined. Down the bottom.
Okay. That's Hammond.
That's Hammond, yeah.
Welcome, Hammond. We're talking about you.
It's just
connecting the audio. Still connecting the audio.
Great start, huh?
So what sort of things were people thinking about minting?
I'm going with art.
Go on, Marco.
I'm going with art. I'm going to borrow from the artistic side of my daughter.
Anybody else, any suggestions or any ideas on what they're going to?
I was thinking about MP4.
MP4, okay. Okay, video file. We have a question here in the chat. And what platforms are we currently able to mint NFTs on? Well, there's quite a lot of platforms. So there is Wax, there is Mintable, there is it OpenSea? Is that? Yeah, it's OpenSea.
Rareable, did you say?
Rareable. So if you go on to, let me just share my screen again for a second. I'll just share. Maybe this.
We can go with walks because I invested in walks, so it will help to the tokens go a little bit higher.
So if you go on to coingecko.com, and if you filter up the top, there's a filter available up the top here for NFTs. And if you filter by this, and you can scroll down here, and nearly all of these platforms allow for minting. Now, some of them are on layer 2s, some of them are on different blockchains to the ETH blockchain. But we're going to leave it open. So that means whatever coins or tokens or blockchain that you're interested in, or whether you want to do it for fun or whether you want to try and make some money, you can decide what way you want to be. So it's more cost efficient to do it on non-ETH blockchains, but you won't find the liquidity there. So if you're looking to make money, you're probably going to have to spend a little bit when you're minting your NFT. So that's where you can find them. So that's just to answer that question.
Thank you.
That was in the chat. And this is the first attempt for all. I don't think, has anybody here minted any yet?
Oh,
No.
No.
No. Okay. So this will be the first attempt for absolutely everybody. So let's lay down some dates and some kind of ground rules as such. Let's decide to have, how would it suit everybody to be ready to mint by the meetup next Friday? We can mint while we're at the meetup, or just before, or just after. I will prepare an amazing spreadsheet to track it all, because that's what I do. And I'll share that with everybody. And then we'll see what we can do in terms of having a little bit of prizes in the end coming from the meetups group. I'm sure there's something that we can do there. And these won't be prizes for people that make the most money, because I think they'll have their own prize. So that's not going to be the prize. The prize is going to be for effort, for creativity, for just getting involved. Okay. So does that suit everybody?
sounds good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep, very good.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Right. Well, what we're going to do now is we're going to try, and we have Harley just saying hello here in the chat from Belfast in Northern Ireland. Made my first investment in crypto. And you got some Omni. Nice. Have you guys heard of it? Yes, we are. Oh, okay. Possibly investing in. Okay, Harley, what we're going to do is we're going to split the room up into two. I'm going to set up a breakout room. I'm going to let you all choose. Now, once we go into these breakout rooms, we will stay in these breakout rooms for about 40 minutes, and then we'll rejoin the main room and we'll end up on the meeting, okay? So if you want to stay in the main room and talk about altcoins, so I know quite a lot of the older members of the community will be talking about it. So if you have a little bit of experience, it's a good room to stay in. If you're more new to the community, come and join me, and we will have a chat about, I'd be there to answer any questions, give you a little bit of guidance, and just generally have a little bit of a chit chat. So I'm going to create the room, open room, and you should have something on your screen now, whether or not you want to join me in the other room. So if you want to join me, go ahead and join me. And otherwise, to those that are staying here, enjoy your chat with David about altcoins, and I'll see you all later.
We'll talk in a bit, so.
I'm just to say I'm not new to I'm new to this meetup. Like this is my first meetup, but I'm not new to crypto. So I'll probably stay here.
Yeah, for sure. There we know. Yeah, so as regards that question in the messages, Vive, how do you say that? Vive and Omi, I've actually never heard of either of them. But Simon, you may have heard of them. You're fairly well up on altcoins, more than myself, I would imagine. Or Quinn.
I've heard of Omi, not Vive though.
I think it's a new token, right?
It is.
I think I saw on the list of the new tokens. Let me try to open my list of new tokens.
Are we talking about Ecomi? Are we talking about ECOMI?
Div
tick is-
and OMI, yeah, news to me. We'll go and
Yeah.
have a look on CoinMarketCap and
Yeah, it's a
what's
very
going on.
big project. The founder's been in NFTs, I think probably since early 2017. I think he has probably the biggest list of cartoons, the biggest contract with Cartoon Network, with Pokemon. I think he's the biggest company in NFTs, essentially, hands down.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Guys, I actually can't pull up CoinMarketCap because my computer is all but frozen.
What you need that I see on
I
CoinMarketCap?
just want to open up CoinMarketCap and we'll go have a look at these two coins to start while we think of other topics. And you just have a look at how they're behaving at the moment. If they're new, the chances are that the bots are at them and they're having a mad pump, and probably best for them to calm down a bit. but-
Viv should be a different name because I cannot find Viv on CoinMarketCap. Omni,
Well,
Omni.
Omni is not on Uniswap yet. It's going to be listed on Uniswap come end of the month, or early April. But with that being said, I mean, it's very, very, very up. What I'm looking at now, it has a 1.7 billion market cap.
Omni is on Bitfinex, no?
Yeah, it will be listed on Uniswap end of the month.
But it's a token already from 2014.
Yeah, it's a very, very old project. I mean, the founder's been in NFTs, and he did an interview with a very popular YouTube channel called the Crypto Banter. He's quite an OG as well. And he was in NFTs for a very long time, so he's been working behind the scenes. Like I said, I think he has probably the biggest or the most sign-ups or contracts with with all the hyped cartoons and popular series and everything. So that is it's a very good project, to be honest.
I have a list. Let me try to grab a list that someone posted on. Oh, I have too many things open on my screen. Barely I can find the things.
They're as bad as me.
I have about 150 tabs open on the browser.
You gotta have two monitors. All free.
I have 3.
It's 3 monitors, and you still.
I think I need to reduce for 1. It's the only way to keep organized. So I have someone that dropped. Let me see, NFT list. Where is this? Okay, Google Docs. He dropped some names. He made a research. So he was talking about Paul Camon.
Yeah.
Viv, in fact, is here on this list. Viv. Refinable. NFT Halley. And that's the list that he dropped. Normally, the guy used to put some nice names on the table.
I'm looking at OMI here. That's the ticker of it. Ecomi.
Yeah.
And has a market cap of 1,711,000. Yeah, that's really low. That could be fun.
No.
Billion with a B. That's.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Up 10%. Yeah, sorry.
No, it should be a different one. No.
There's 40 million volume over the last 24 hours. Yeah, that's.
Because the market cap on my screen is 4 million.
No, that's the 4 billion. No, that if you're not, I'm using CoinGecko. It can't be. It's 1.7 billion on CoinGecko.
Okay, I prefer CoinGecko. Let me go back to CoinGecko. Omni.
Yeah.
What do you use? Do you guys use CoinMarketCap?
I was using CoinMarketCap, and then they weren't showing the actual.
Is Omni or Omi?
So I switched to Gecko.
OMI is the ticker.
OMI. Okay, yeah. I was on OMNI, so it was the confusion.
Yeah, OMI Ecomi has 1.7 billion market cap on CoinMarketCap as well.
Yeah. No. Now I'm on the line with you guys. Sorry, I was talking of a different token.
I pasted the link of CoinGecko. Ecomi.
Yeah, exactly. No, I was on a different one.
Quinn, are you happy today?
Yes, I am. Are you? Thanks for asking.
I know you're a Cardano fan. You had a
Yes.
bit of a pump there the last few hours, especially.
Yeah.
Did you? Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, Cardano. There's lots of stuff going on with Cardano right now, so it has been a little bit up and down, you know. But they announced, I think today or March 31st will be the day that it's completely decentralized, no longer owned by IOHK, which has been the main company, and then smart contracts, being able to actually write smart contracts on the blockchain is the next thing. So I think you'll probably see. Who knows right now, honestly, but there's just a lot of news, I think, that they're coming out with. A lot of things that have been in development for a while are just now starting to kind of roll out. So
what's
I
the
think,
target?
Yeah.
What's the target, Queen?
The target for
Yeah,
Cardano?
100, 200.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, it's so early.
Share some thoughts with us.
It's a good question. Yeah, 100. Why
I
not?
believe it's going to be listed on Coinbase as well shortly.
Did you
It's
see
already
the,
short listed?
Staking.
Well,
Simon,
did you
very
see
happy with 100.
today?
Simon, did
Did
you
you
have
see-
that article there for that we were talking about in the Telegram group? Did you manage to? Oh, we can't even screen share. Paul is after going off, and
Exactly.
she's after
I was
deciding.
trying to do it, David. I couldn't.
Yeah. I'll send her a text now.
I couldn't. It's here on open on my screen, but I didn't have time to read through it because I was doing the work. But I think we should come together with maybe like a list or a kind of index of some altcoins that can freeze the market. Maybe, I don't know. It's an idea. I don't know even how we can do that. But as a group, if we can share, let's say, a top 10 or whatever projects that we think that can drive the next month, I think we could benefit from that as a group. I don't know what you guys think about it.
This is a great idea, absolutely.
Because we realized that on the Telegram, we dropped some things and then we lost the track. If we could come with a specific list, would be great. I think that's my opinion.
Yeah, it was.
To be honest with you, I appreciate Marco's idea, and you know what we can do? We can make a real-time portfolio tracker system. So say for an example, if David thinks like Cardano is going to go up, so he will be investing on that particular part. So, you know, it will drive decisions on my part as well in order to get, you know, like whatever risk appetite I have in order to invest in those particular coins, depending upon the projects and everything. So it will be like more, you know, like collaborative kind of thing, because I think this adverse media thing drives a lot of investment strategies nowadays because of all this thing happening in stock markets as well. So I think it will be a nice thing to do.
Yeah, I'm a crypto guy by nature, so but I think I haven't found yet the token to skyrocket like I did on 2017. So I'm looking forward to find some gems to this season, because I become frustrated that I come always late on board. Where is my Dent? Where is my Voyager? That
There's a token I'm looking at, Vespa Finance.
Vespa Finance. Is on my list already. It's
So-
that because my list come at this moment is about 50 coins. I need to reduce that for a manageable list of, let's say, 10 tokens that we focus, and then we can manage, because it's really easy to put tokens on the list.
I guess it's it's kind of a balance, isn't it? Because I was looking at that, and I've got a huge spread, which I think I mentioned last time, but I've not got huge amounts in any particular type. All right, I've got
It's the same of me. I don't have huge amounts, but then you realize that you lose the boat in every of them, you know.
Yeah, but I guess the other way you could look at it is, I mean, if you've got small amounts but you've got it spread out, you might lose on a couple of those tokens. Like I think at the moment I've got Bow Finance, which I bought in a while ago. It's gone down a little bit. I still think it's got scope, but it will balance out. So you might have, out of the 10 punts that you take, You only
Yeah,
need 1 to 100x.
The goal is in 10 to have at least 2 that move, maybe 2 or 3 that don't lose, and of course you need to accept that some of them will fail to deliver anything. And if you think that I was in 20 projects in 2017 and just from them 2 of them they delivered, and they are delivering amazing for all the other ones. So one is with 6,000%, another one is 600 already. So it's the goal, I think, is that one is try to find the gem, and we of course will be very difficult to do 10 and 10. Well,
I think Vespa is something everyone should have a look at. So if I give you some numbers, if we look at the rest of the DeFi coins, so we've got Vespa, we've got Badger DAO, and we've got Yearn Finance and Alpha. So Vespa has the most tokens or most value locked up, and its total market cap is 150. Sorry. Hello.
I think it was a background sound. You
Okay.
can continue, Ben.
So if we look at the Vespa's total market cap is 155 million, Badger 331 million, Yearn 1.15 billion, and Alpha 436. So I think Vespa is a no-brainer, considering it still has a lot of room to go, and it has the most token or most liquidity locked. I think it's something which I would add to your portfolio.
I'm talking of this to have an index, because you remember in our WhatsApp, in a Telegram group, I dropped some coins that we realized that were skyrocketing on the last days, and I missed that because I just dropped them, and I was to do analysis, and because we didn't have a focus on the coins, we ended up to lose a very good opportunity to jump. I'm calling off chain. I'm talking. You remember just call it CFI, that kind of tokens that were really interesting projects. And if we start to track that on a different way, I think all of us can benefit from that. I'm not saying these ones are the best ones, but maybe create a group or a war group, or we can discuss that with the people that are interested, of course. That's my suggestion. I'm going to turn off the camera because I'm going to eat some pizza, and I don't want to create any emotion on the group. Okay.
I have a question for you guys as Marco's eating his pizza. Is that right?
Come on, Marcos.
Good man, yeah.
Is anyone on here? Are any of you guys staking some of your altcoins?
I've had in the past. I've staked on both Trust Swap and Polka Starter. But I at the time I couldn't afford to leave the money lying around for too long, and I think it was just a really exciting time in the market, and I just wanted to get that money out, so I didn't really last, but I did get to get in on 1 or 2 projects, and that's the only reason I really did stake, was to get in pre-launch on a couple of projects. But I don't know what way it works now, how hard it is to get onto a white list. I'm not too sure.
Well, you can stake on Celsius. Celsius is a great platform to stake. I have Ethereum on Celsius, and you get a yield of 7.5 on your coin on Ethereum, and they've got different variations over different coins. It's one worth looking at if you want to stake.
The only time I personally staked was it was all new to me, so I just wanted to give it a go, which was Hex. Early on. Looking at the price today, it's quite up. Actually, I think it's almost doing an all-time high. I think they do like 40% if I'm not mistaken. I was reading on their Twitter, but
One thing I think I posted on the Telegram was there's a lot of the Binance Smart Chain ones at the moment. So if you go onto Pancake Swap, with some of the new projects going on there, they're giving pretty decent returns on them. I think they just put Zilliqa on there. I think I voted on that the other day, and first thing the other morning they were paying about 850% APR if you staked in a liquidity pool, and you get the return in cake tokens. So rather than explain it, it's probably worth going onto the Pancake Swap site. But to me, that is quite accessible one. I do it through a trust wallet. It's quite straightforward, accessible, but probably the biggest difference in staking in that rather than Ethereum based is the fees for it. You're paying about 50 cents to do some of the transactions on there, whereas when I've been staking on things like Trust Swap or some of the other, when Swipe were doing SXP on Ethereum, you're paying kind of $20–30 each time you're doing something on it. And even for Swipe, when you were claiming the rewards for the tokens you were staking, it was costing you about $20 to actually claim them. So I think it's worth looking at the Binance Smart Chain ones.
That's good to know.
Definitely.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I think that another thing I've just recently found is like you could stake off chain. So it's just for some, but obviously it depends on, like DC said, like you have to hold it for a certain amount of time, especially like Eric, for you, are you like, do you have to hold your Ethereum for a certain amount of time? Like you have to lock it in? I think that's how it goes for Ethereum 2.0 at least, because they're trying to get people to move from ETH 1.0 to Ethereum 2.0.
Exactly. So I'm leaving it on Celsius. If I'm not trading it, I'm leaving it on there and staking, getting a nice. Well, rather than just leaving it on a standard exchange, I leave it on Celsius, and it's, you know, it's obviously appreciating and getting a yield out of it. So,
there's another one.
With regards with Celsius, the only problem is you don't have the wallet, so you are always susceptible if there is an hack on the network that you can lose. I have some there, but really not huge amounts, you know, because we don't have the wallet, we don't own the wallet, so we are they are taking the custody of the. It's like the exchanges. You take the same risk as having the tokens on an exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Simon, with you did it on your wallet though, right? Like a hot wallet kind of a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just using Trust Wallet. So it's really straightforward to do, and it's got the that browser built into Trust Wallet. It's similar to like you do with MetaMask, where you go onto the browser bit.
Okay.
And you can just sign the smart contracts through it. But it's definitely worth a look. Okay. But you do need to swap it onto the Binance Smart Chain. It's quite straightforward when you go on there. Yeah. But like I said, if you're looking at doing some yield farming on there, there's some
How do you guys think about the new projects? You know, like we see a lot of new projects nowadays. So how do you know, like put, because there is a lot of volatility in terms of, you know, like the prices that comes on in terms of, because in order to evaluate the performance, you need to see the performance in long term. So what I'm coming from, you know, like I feel little dicey in order to put some money in a new project, you know, whether it's a spiking high, because most of the communities moving towards it. Say for an example, as Quinn was saying about Cardano. Cardano is a very recent project as well. And when you see about projects like Ethereum or Bitcoin, like there is a huge community out there for those things. So what exactly will be the biggest peculiar point like you guys will consider in order to go for a new project? I'm just
well, it depends. I don't think it's just one thing. Number one, you have to see what the project is delivering. What's the narrative? Are they doing something new? Do they have any bullish news? Who's the team? If after they launch, like all these projects that have been launching on whether it's Polestar, DuckDAO, they've like done like, you know, 50x, 100x, 40x. So, you know, you have to see whether it's the right time to buy. I personally would always wait for the dump. And then you just have to keep up with the project, see if they have any bullish news coming up. And, you know, if you like the vision, if you like the team, you like the tokenomics, then, you know, yeah, you know, from there you can ape in, but
Ben, how do you see that is the bottom when you are buying a token? That's very interesting question, because I think all we wonder with the deep where is the bottom of to get inside of a project. You have any trick that you can share with us?
Well, you can't always time the bottom, but what happens is with these IDOs is they obviously have their tokens and then they buy in. So as soon as it get listed, you would see it rally up, and then it would just, break down. Sorry, it will pump.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. There is always a curve that normally there is an entry point that they go up, let's say 40-50%, and then they can down a little bit, and then it's when you get in. So when does the curve down?
Also, you have to also keep in mind. So the way these sales have been going for on these IDOs, so they have like a seed round, a private round, and then the public is the IDO, right? These public rounds and seed rounds and so on and so forth, they have a vesting period. And for those who don't know what vesting is, it's essentially they lock your tokens up and they will release them on a schedule. Whether they say give you 20% each month. So, for example, if you look at dollar paid, I don't know if you guys are familiar with paid. The founder is very, very big in the crypto world. I think he's very famous, and he created part of Paid's project is they also have a launch pad as well, like PokerStar and DuckDown and whatnot. And they had one of their unlocks of their tokens today. So if you look on dollar paid, it's dumped quite a lot today. So I would say look at Paid, like there's a lot of hints that it's going to be they're going to be listed on Binance. So that could be one of the reasons. So if I was, I already brought some. I brought some earlier a few days ago at the 1.5 range. I just felt like it was a good price. It happened to be around the bottom, and now it's dropped. I don't know if now is the best time, but I would DCA into Paid. Like I said, the founder, the team's amazing. It's probably one of the best in crypto. There's a lot of hints.
Can you post the link on the chat, please?
Do you want me to take the tools?
Because that I remember watching Martini Guy when I don't know if anyone watches him on YouTube, but there was a tweet of him because Paid had that issue where
DLC
literally plummeted, and I think he had something like 2 million invested in it. And as he was recording the video, he went to flick onto it to say, "How's it doing?" Literally as it dumped. It was hilarious.
I think they got hacked, didn't they?
No, so they had an exploit. So what happened was, of course, normally when we say they had an exploit and everything, a lot of people become bearish and immediately they cross it out. I would normally be, but that's not the case with Paid. They did try their best to be as straightforward out to the public and tell them exactly what's happened. And like I said, like the owner of Paid, he's well known. I'm sure he doesn't need to exploit the public. But unfortunately there was an exploit. But like I said, like the price was around $3.50 for around $4, $3.50 when it got exploited. And like it went up to like almost $3 or $2.50. So it's not doing too bad. But like I said, today's dump is because of the one of the vesting periods was over. So there was an unlock on the tokens, and of course, a lot of people are going to be dumping their thing. There's a YouTuber I follow. I don't follow him too closely, but his name's TCL, I think he calls himself Crypto Lifestyle. And he's a big YouTuber, so they gave him allocation, and like he showed how much he made. Like he had $1 million off his seed round. I think he invested. So like I said, this project does have a lot coming out, and one of the bullish things is it will more than likely have a Binance listing. So yeah, like I said, if you are interested, do your own research and DCA in if you will.
Yeah, great.
People's holds, like what are you doing like regarding altcoins? Does anybody like to share the information? Obviously, in this bull run, where they're
my best performers still being the 2017. You don't know the story, but I was one of the guys that grabbed the coins in 2017. I left them going up, and then I came down with the coins up to the bottom, and I keep them. And today they are performing really well. So basically, it's Voyager, previous was Ethos, and now is Dent. So basically, it's the two projects. All the other ones, I think, they don't go nowhere. So I left them just dying there on the wallets. But my two main, let's say, coins that are moving my portfolio are those ones.
Okay, very good.
Voyager,
Yeah.
Voyager.
Voyager.
Really well, I picked that up.
BKX on Binance, VGX on other ones, and Dent is they have a interesting project, but they have a huge coin allocation, and they so I'm waiting for a little bit more, and I'm going to start to grab profits from there, because I'm afraid they have a lot. Most of the coins are allocated to a couple of wallets, so you need to be attention always to that kind of things.
I was curious to ask, is there anybody here that's bought Ethereum recently, like since it's been above €1,000? And if so, how are you feeling right now? I'd be curious.
Yeah, I bought it, and I've no problem with buying it now. Well, I'm trading it, so yeah, it's just a matter of okay, you know, it depends what you. If you're hodling, yeah, it's not great, but I firmly believe it's $2.5 very shortly.
I hope you're right. I
No.
bought some when it was under €200, so once it stays above €200, I actually don't care. But
yeah,
it would be nice to see actually milling in sync with the rest of the market. All right, you know.
Well, it was always 20% behind BTC, so it should hold. Realistically, you know, it should be obviously with the 2.0. It should be about minimum of $2.5. It's only a matter of time, and the amount of DNTFs come in as well. There's so many people, heavy investors, trying to invest in Ethereum. It's way undervalued, in my opinion.
I think it's because of the gas price. So you cannot
the gas
do
price.
nothing.
But
You
when
cannot do
they
nothing
saw
with Ethereum at this stage. If you need to move from one side to the other one, you stay without 10% of the package. So I think it's one of the problems.
But that's going to be resolved. You know, that's going to be resolved definitely, and you know,
yeah, I believe
that's why you hold it and then or you trade it, and you know, when that's resolved, it's definitely going to go.
There is any swing trades on the or people that trade often, that they play with the markets without being holding. I know that you, David, you are a trader, right?
Yeah, I like to do a bit. Yeah.
Okay. Just wondering.
Not too much.
I think that the best on these times is keep it there, leave it there, and wait they reach the sky.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a bit of a bad time to be trading at the moment. I mean, there's some people making a lot of money shorting out there at the minute, and well, personally, I'm in the sidelines till all this, until the DXY actually calms down. And I know it doesn't always correlate, but at the moment, that's on a bit of a pump. Bitcoin's struggling, so until that decorrelates, I'm going to wait until that takes another nosedive, and then I'll feel confident. There's all other kind of chart stuff you go into as well. 50 and 20-day moving averages that are being held, and it hasn't kissed the 50 yet. The 20, it's underneath at the moment. So when it gets back above that, I'm sure we flip back bullish, and so will ETH and all the other alts. But for the moment, I'm not trading myself. No, I wouldn't trade these conditions. So I just stay well away.
But you move it, let's say Bitcoin and Ether to USDT, or you still hold them?
I held them. I didn't sell. I got caught with that a few months ago.
Okay.
I thought I was going to be able to time the top and time back in the bottom, and of course Bitcoin shot up, and I had to buy back in at a higher price. Lesson learned: never again.
Yeah, you never shot the market above market. No way.
Never chase it. No, but what's like? What's people's holds like? For example, I'm just going to share a bit of information here. Since we're talking about coins, like I hold, obviously hoping for the end of this bull market, you know, to make some decent money out of it. I'm holding like 25% in traditional, like in BTC, and then 25% in the top 10. So ETH, Cardano, DOT, of 10% in likes of Link, Aave, Synthetics, and then that's in the DeFi space, and in the NFT, I'm into Chavez, smart contracts, Elrond, Atomic, Solano, and then I have a few in the low risk or low cap APY finance. Like I'm that's my kind of basic portfolio, which I'm hoping, you know.
There's some nice picks in there. I've held a few of them myself. I cashed out of all my altcoin positions about a month and a half ago. My portfolio had 5x. I was happy enough. I sold a rake of coins, 30, 40 plus coins. I now only hold Chainlink, DOT, Elrond, Gold, Cardano, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. And only 10% of them being the altcoins. And yeah, so I'm not really an alt person anymore. I stopped researching the projects obviously as soon as I got out of my position. So I'm sure Simon would have a way more interesting collection than me and some of the other lads and Carlos and that, you know.
I just think there's some massive growth potential there, 5, 10, 8x's in some of these coins, especially, you know, in this bull market, you know, as BTC grows, just drags them up. They gravitate up with it, you know. So
I was doing an exercise last week where I went through most of the projects that are there at least for 1 year, and it's impressive. It's impressive, the numbers. 100 euros in 10 coins of that, you can be really easy with 1 million now in the pocket without any difficulty. But it was 1 year ago, I think. Today you need to chase that gems that are getting inside of the market and can really outperform, because there was already huge movements on the last year. But I think, Eric, you have a very solid portfolio. So you 75% of your portfolio are stable coins, not stable coins, but coins that provided already good stability and good profit. You are in the safe zone of the thing. You have a very solid portfolio. So
yeah, well, I like to spread it about it. You know, I've learned from 2017 where initially I put in $6,000. It was 70 grand, up to 78 grand in the space of 3 weeks. Then up to 120. And then I came all the way back down again because I was jumping all over the place. I went all the way up to the top of the hill and came back down again, you know. So
coming back,
I would add Kusama to your list. I would add, if you hold in
Kusama is a very interesting one. I would say that my biggest mistake of 2017, I was not capable to take profits. So basically,
I'm the same.
I was so addicted to the coins. I was looking them in an hour basis, looking skyrocketing, and I never took profits from them. And I think I learned the lesson. Today I'm taking profits, and I'm investing that profit back on another project. So I think it was one of my biggest lessons. And now I'm educating myself in at least, not saying become a day trader, but have the knowledge enough to know I don't chase any more prices. That was something that I was done in the past, and definitely have some education. I spend most of my day looking videos and try to learn how the tricks of what moves the market. So a lot to learn at this time, at this stage.
The lesson I've really learned is you have to take profits. You know, we all keep on we always look, you know, 100 meters or a mile ahead of ourselves and say, okay, well, I've made this, it's going to keep going. But that's the biggest mistake. But well, I've personally learned back from 2017, like from going up to making, you know, 10x and coming straight back down again in the space of 3 months was like a serious kick. And do you know what?
It's called Sync. It's only 13 million market cap.
I think we lost a little bit of your sound.
Sorry, some idiot driving his car very loud past me. I'll drop the link on CoinGecko. This project seems to be good. I invested in something similar called Dego. I dropped you the link of CoinGecko. You can check the website. It has a small market cap of 13 million.
Just thinking about stuff like the cash outs and stuff. I mean, we've not got time tonight by the look of it, but I did think it's probably worth having a chat about what you were saying, Marco and Eric, about where do you take profits. And I think the initial thing for me is take your initial investment out, so you've got that bit safe. And I think we're probably all quite aware of that. But I was also thinking about when it gets to certain points, staggering how much I'm cashing out when it gets to certain levels. But looking at two things, either investing it in other projects, so going on stuff that you're talking about, Ben. I think Paid Network was one that I was looking at as well. But also then looking at some of the staking rewards you get for putting the stable coins in. So there are some providers at the moment that are doing pretty decent rates on USDC. So even if you put it in somewhere like crypto.com, yeah, but I know it's there's a risk with it because you're holding it on their platform, but that's around 12% if you've got a big enough stake with crypto.com. I think Swissborg are doing some massive rates at the moment as well if you've got decent amounts with them. So I think it's when you split it between USDC and reinvesting.
Simon, you have to hold a lot of their actual tokens with the like the Swissborg or crypto.com. You have to have so many thousands of CRO.
Crypto.com not too bad actually, because you don't have to necessarily have anything staked with them, and you still get between 6 and 8%, I think it is, or it might be 10% if you're holding it for 3 months.
But do you not have to hold CRO token?
No, you get a better rate if you hold, I think it's 50,000 Crow with them, but you still get a decent enough rate. The other thing I was looking at was staking direct from wallet and things like Ledger and stuff like that, but it seems that things like crypto.com, Celsius, Swissborg and so on do have really decent rates for stable coins as well.
The other issue with a lot of these exchanges now, they've all had to comply with the KYC, and they have to sort of divulge who are on the exchanges. Like, so the European Union have kind of pressed them to get all the information. So we all think we're kind of under the radar.
Portugal is tax-free for crypto. Just
sorry.
Portugal is tax-free for crypto.
Only if you live there for 3 years.
No, I think you can go there. Well, I'm Portuguese because
I've checked it out. I can send you on 1 hour's.
Where you bought it as well has the impact on it. So if we buy it in UK, even if we're in Portugal, I think we're liable when we when we sell it in cash
I'm
out.
Portuguese, so I don't know how it works. So
I've researched the Portuguese thing. It's not there's 2 options that you have. Number one, I think there's an investment that you have to put in terms of buying real estate or something of that nature. And the second option is that you employ a number of people, and but you spend 7 days out of the year in Portugal. So it's not. But besides Portugal, there is other countries that give near to tax-free or crypto. But I mean, this is we're operating in a decentralized world, So.
Well, yes, you are if you're off wallet, but it's from your exchanges when you go to take profits. The exchanges will divulge all that information back to your revenue, so you'll be hit. Like in Ireland, you're hit for 23% capital gains, and if you earn employment, then on top of that, you're 40%. So it's a lot of.
We don't want to decriminalize ourselves online, but I mean, like I said, I if you're making a lot of money in crypto,
that's a good sign. No, that's a good sign. You don't mind to pay some taxes back. So
I'm not saying don't pay taxes. I'm not
saying any problem with paying taxes, but like if you want to pay 70%,
let's all go to Portugal.
Guys, just a last, I don't know if we still have time. You talk about Trust Swap, David. They have, if you hold some tokens, you can access to to some interesting project on the beginning, and you can invest on that project. But well, I think Simon, you have some swap too. What do you think about that? You recommend to?
Yeah, I never invested enough in it, and I'm kicking myself because when it was down at, I think the swap tokens were down at about 25 cents at one point, and I meant to buy it, and I don't know what happened, but I never ended up buying a load. So I've got about, well, not a huge amount, about 1,500 trust tokens. I think you need about 4,000.
If you're going to pick one of them, pick PolkaStarter, because the projects that are coming off of PolkaStarter are doing way better than the Trust Swap projects.
Yeah, but in Trust Swap, if you see, they skyrocketed all them that have been there. So,
no, what was the one? There was one. Everyone, there was a couple of them in a row that flopped there. That was 6 months ago. What was the name of it again?
Well, but you look, if you beat 10, 9 and 10, it's an amazing number.
Yeah.
we in crypto we are very bad. We have a very bad feeling. We don't profit more than X amount. The guys from stocks, they become happy when they profit 10% in a stock. So
can I just add on one thing quickly, guys? Is in regards to PolkaStar, DuckDAO, these type of tokens are not bear proof resistant. Like, you're not gonna have these projects, you know, Shadow or whatever's come out recently launched on PolkaStar. Like, they're not gonna do 40, 50x. So these sort of launch pads like PolkaStar and DuckDAO, like, they're good in the moment, but do be wary of that. Number one, just because you hold the tokens, like, doesn't mean you're gonna get IDO. Like, you're not gonna be have the opportunity to contribute in the IDO. I've held polls, you know, for a certain amount, and after a certain time of trying, I just gave up. And number two, like I said, like, once the bear market, we enter into a bear market, these type of tokens will be useless. That's why Dollar Paid also is a launch pad, but they do have other projects that they are working on, and he does live streams, the owner cow, and he does emphasize this point over and over again. But like, we're not just, you know, a launch pad for these projects. Like, we do have other things, and he's got like so much going for him. So, you know, I probably won't do justice to talking about, but, you know, do subscribe to his channel, or, you know, on his Twitter, and, you know, see what he has going for himself.
Do you work for him there?
Yeah, I should do it.
Yeah, good salesman.
Yeah, listen, I am invested, so, you know, do put my bags, please.
Yeah. So, is anybody considering selling that has Ethereum? Would anybody consider selling some of their Ethereum for one of the competitor blockchain tokens, or are you happy enough to just hold your ground?
No, I'm holding ETH. I mean, ETH's way too heavy.
I'm holding ETH 100%.
Yeah. You're not selling half it to Cardano, just in case Cardano kicks ETH off to the side, maybe.
Yeah, in 4 years' time, it possibly will. But you know, Cardano this year is probably going to hit $8. You know, this bull run, which is going to be nice. But Ethereum's going to do well, and the problem, the advantage is there's so much stuff built on Ethereum. You know, I know he's got the Haskell, and he can transfer over the information and the code and all that. Eventually, that Cardano probably will be the number one. But for the moment, I'll be hanging on to my ETH.
Well, in terms of ETH, right? Sorry,
the other guy that was the other day doing the presentation, he talked about last week. The guy that was talking last week, he talked about another blockchain that he's on the. I think he's on the top 100. I don't remember now the name. Nero, no, not Nero. That was a really interesting project. In fact, I dropped. I don't remember. Any of you remember the project he talked about with the blockchain from last week?
Are you talking about
Coinos? Sorry,
Coinos? Yeah, Coinos, right?
Which one?
Coinos.
Coinos. Yeah.
No, was another one.
Has anyone heard of the Flow blockchain, by the way?
Yeah, I've heard of Flow.
Yeah, the flow. I don't know if it's like I think it's a Canadian blockchain actually, but they have a partnership with the NBA and they have this whole thing, Top Shot, which is basically selling short clips of players in games. As NFTs essentially, and they're developing a game. And these guys are the same ones who developed CryptoKitties with Ethereum, but then like went over and built their own blockchain. In the United States, I can't really figure out how to buy like that at all. But I think that they do allow people to stake and buy. So I don't know. In the States, I can't figure out how to do it, but I figure I just throw it to you guys because you guys are all.
I mean, Flow did had their coin a token sale on CoinList, and like CoinList, they only list, or they only have their token sales, like the elite projects only have their token sale on CoinList. So for example, there was the sale of Casper Labs, which was a few days ago, yesterday and then the day before, and it was like insane. Like there was no chance of you getting allocation, and it's like a long vesting period, and everyone was just willing to go in. So normally when projects have their token sale on CoinList, like it's going to do very well. And I think it's done. It's like 300x up Flow, if I'm not mistaken, or something.
Yeah, it's doing really well right now. So it's on CoinList, you said?
Yeah. So like if you look at, you can download the app as well, CoinList. I mean, if you're going like on CoinGecko and you put in Flow, if you go down to where the exchanges are, you'll find CoinList.
I was talking about Near. Near is another blockchain. The guy from last week, he talked really well about this blockchain, and I went to investigate, and it seems to be interesting.
Was that Mirror?
Near.
Like MIR.
NEAR. I'm going to drop the link.
I've seen Mirror, but I don't know too much about it, to be honest.
No, we had a guy doing a presentation about blockchain last week on the meetup, and he talked about some competitors. And this one was one of the projects. I just wondered if you had any comment about it.
Blockchain, was it?
I still need to look into that one. I'm glad you brought it up, Marco. But Ben, thanks for the tip on the CoinList. I don't know why I haven't been able to find CoinList yet. So
I don't know like if what it is in the US, if, like you can buy on but they do have KYC to my knowledge. But CoinList is definitely. I mean, like I said, do have a look out for Casper Labs when they do list. I'm personally going to be investing in Casper Labs. That's for sure.
What was that one again?
Casper Labs. Do you want me to put the?
That's
drop the link.
I'll put the Telegram link of the announcement channel. Like I said, they have like their token sale. So they have like 3 different options. Option 1, 2, and 3. Obviously, there's longer vesting periods, but you get it cheaper, or you get the coin at a lower price. And like they all have like a vesting period, and it was just insane. Like I personally have not seen a token sale like that. Like so the way it worked was you click on the link. Obviously you have to do the KYC before, and you click on the link, and then you have to wait in a queue, and like people waiting for hours just to have the option to buy. And like the Casper Labs is like a very it's a project since 2014 in the making, so they have very close links with Vitalik and the Ethereum team. I think Casper is going to be like a top 10 token, in my opinion.
Another one.
Kusama also, didn't you?
Yeah, Kusama's. So if you've been like looking at the Polkadot and the narrative with the parachains, like I think, to my understanding, in order for you to get a parachain, like you have to hold Kusama.
Yeah.
So like Salmon's prices is like keeps going up and up and up. Of course, I could imagine it's probably down. I've not checked with this done, but like I think Salmon would like, I don't know. I've probably see. I think it'd probably be like, so we're looking at $440. I think this is probably going to be a
It's top
1,000,
25
2,000.
now. It's top 25 now. 10,000 maximum supplier. 10 million. Sorry, 10 million maximum
Yeah, and like,
supply. It's a very interesting project. They
it's like
keep
10 million
going up,
supply.
as you said.
And I think like 50% is locked up or something. There's a certain percentage is locked up. So like if a whale wants to come and buy Kusama, like there's no way he's gonna buy a big load without pumping the price up to like $1,000 or $750 or anything. So like KSM is definitely like, I would look for dips. I do think it's you should add that to your portfolio.
It's got decent state. Well, I say that I've got. If you look at Kraken, I think they're paying about 12% on it at the moment as well.
Yeah, for sure.
It's good.
I was looking at the same thing, Simon. So yeah, I'm glad that.
I'm conscious, DC. We've run quite a bit over. Were we meant to be joining Paula? Or?
I think Paula's gone off into the side room. I think she comes back into us, doesn't she?
Oh, cool. Okay.
Unless, is there an option there to go into the breakout room?
Yeah, I was just conscious.
I'm looking forward to the NFT competition, by the way. Guys, I would love, if we're all on different platforms, I'd love to hear about everyone's experience about, like the pricing of it, how difficult was it, and stuff like that. So
what ideas have you got in mind, or are you going to keep it for the big reveal, or what way?
Keep it secret, you guys. Gotta keep it exciting. I have some ideas, but I'm just excited to see everyone else's. Honestly, it'll be fun to see everyone's different takes on NFTs right now.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I'm just gonna go for the simple option myself. I'd love to have time to do a full proper project, a proper development, but at the moment it's just not an option. So it's gonna be I'll tell you, it's gonna be what was it, Transdex, was that? Gerard's site, yeah. So it'd be one of them jobs for me anyway. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I would like to develop. I'm sure somebody will go all out. I think Aoki's gonna go all out, are you? Is he still here? Gone. Yeah, Aoki has a developer on board and all. This is gonna get competitive, very competitive, very quick.
Competition's good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm just gonna mint some. I do a bit a musician in my spare time on production, so I'll probably just take some album artwork and some music and do something with that,
That would be cool.
Plus, I live with a graphic designer, so if you want to start getting competitive, I'll dig him out.
Bring out the big guns.
It should be good.
Yeah.
And the sky's the limit with them. That's the great thing about them. Everybody gets to express themselves as well. You can all get to see our weird side.
I love it. How many hints?
Is there ever an issue with like copyright with the NFTs?
As in, like if you robbed someone, if you borrowed someone else's photography, maybe, or yeah, there will be a copyright issue there. Yeah.
So like if you took this amazing sports clip and you put it into an NFT, like could they come after you and say, well, that's actually my right? So how does that work out?
It could if they found them, but I mean, you need to kind of make it your own so that it's unique to you, and then I don't think they can do that, Like, for example, say you got Pokemon or something and you changed it up a bit and you changed it to, let's say, just say Pokemon. And I mean, who's going to say that in this Pokemon TM? No, it's certainly not Pokemon is. So you can dance around. I'm sure there's grey areas to this. I'm just...
Okay, just say, bring it back in, I guess, Joan, is it, sorry.
Quinn, sorry, my husband.
Quinn, sorry, beg your pardon. As you said about with the sports analogy there, with the NFL over in the States. So, for example, over in Europe, would say, Ronaldo, and you sort of got a clip of that, and you sort of try and tokenize, put into an NFT, and you have that clip, how do you fare out regarding, copyright and so infringement?
On really, really shaky ground with stuff.
Yeah, I can imagine.
A lot of the things that I think we were thinking were things that we've maybe produced ourselves, or the thing is, it could be anything. But you're right. What you've got to look out for is if you're using someone else's like copyright material or intellectual property or something like that. That's yeah. If it gets found, as DC said, it's yeah.
But I think it comes to the original will be always the original. So I think if you are buying a replication of whatever, you are buying a replication, you have the official replication, then
you're into royalties,
because original will be always the original. Since you can claim that, I'm not sure, maybe I'm wrong. I think some days ago there was a discussion here on the news on Ireland about the NFTs and the tokens, and they were giving the example of the Twitter that has been sold. The first Twitter.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going to.
And one of the specialists told, oh, but if they delete the Twitter, the token, the NFT doesn't have any more value. So I think there is a very bad understanding how the NFTs work, and the purpose is just that, because the Twitter become eternized. Even if he become deleted, he lives now on the blockchain, and the people don't understand that.
Yeah, but that's what Charles just did. He sold his first tweet, I think it was, for $25,000. Yeah. Charles Hopkins, the founder of Cardano. I was just listening to today, and he said he sold his tweet as an NFT for $25,000.
Yeah, but the thing is, someone told there is the people don't understand the technology, even on the news, and the specialists were saying, oh, but they were giving so much money for something that can be deleted the next day, but they don't understand that the Twitter now lives on the blockchain, and they cannot delete that from the blockchain. They can delete from the network, but not from the blockchain. So.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't see this, people sending their tweets and all the, this stuff lasting forever. It's kind of ridiculous.
I think you need to provide value. If I try to sell my first Twitter, nobody will buy it.
I think the thing is, at the moment, you're getting people that are kind of aping into it, and literally where they're seeing all these like 69 million and Jack Dorsey selling his first tweet and stuff like that. Everyone's jumping in thinking, oh, if I buy this, it's going to be valuable. And I think that's people with no knowledge of it, no real thought about it, buying them. And I think that's where it gets a bit dangerous, because
I think the guys who the Gatsby painting, where they I don't know who it was, they had a Gatsby painting, and they burnt it live, and they said, okay, now it's an NFT, and some art creator out of some gallery said it's a fraction of the cost what it was at the original painting, because people want to know about the texture of the canvas, they want to know about the frame, they want to know about so he's actually devalued the painting. He thought he was going to increase it by putting it as an NFT. So
yeah, he did that with Dollar Super. Have you come across the project Super? I'll paste the link of this painting you was talking about right now.
Yeah. I thought that was to burn art like that. I thought, personally speaking, it was a dumb thing.
I agree with Tech on the art enthusiast. Bernd Banksy. That's his name, Bernd Banksy. I don't know who he is, to be honest.
Banksy is the mysterious man. That's it's fantastic.
This is the first. Oh, by the way, I'm invested into this project as well. Super fun.
Okay, that's good. You want a disclaimer. You disclaim first That's very good.
He was talking about the paying, so I just brought it up. But
no, very well. There is nothing wrong to talk about the project.
Do you want to explain to everybody what Super Farm is, Ben? It's a great project. It's interesting.
Well, first of all, like my bullishness came from the founder, Elio Trades YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys come across him.
Oh yeah, he's the man for altcoins. There's no one else.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think he's
drop the link. Drop the link, please.
Yeah, I'll drop the YouTube channel right now. I think he's probably the number one YouTuber in terms of having an impact on a coin. Like I think he's quite good. He's not been putting much videos down recently because he's been working on Super Farm, his project, but he's still very good. Like I enjoy his content, to be honest. I've learned a lot about altcoins and investing and stuff. And he's not. I won't say he's crafty, to be honest.
Well, he seems he's working on that project since years now, and it shows. I think it's something that'll be around for a while. I still haven't purchased any, as I say. I'm not really big into alts anymore myself, but yeah, I think that's one project that does stand out to me. If I was to invest, definitely.
I mean, it's a bull market, so like, I want to invest in alts and make as much as cash as possible, because like this bull market, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, who knows, how long we'll be in it. So if you can make money,
you'll make your altcoin money right at the end when everything's about to fall. That's when you make your main altcoin money, unless you're into these pre-sales or unless you're holding for a good year or two. Well, most people think they're just going to jump in and they're just going to get 10x in the morning. There's a lot of that going on. I blame YouTube on that, and I think it's very unhealthy. But it's like anything in life. There's no such thing as free money. You have to earn it. So everyone will eventually learn, be it the easy way or the hard way. They're going to find out.
Or trade it.
Trading alts is absolute fair play to you. If you can do that, I don't know. I think that's crazy. Bitcoin's volatile enough for me. Thank you. You start trading alts. That's crazy. That's way out west stuff.
I think when you're trading altcoins, like, you really need to be on top of things. So I've come across a person. I've seen his interview as well. He turned 2,000 into $10 million. Some of his strategies, obviously, he started off early in the year when when the bull market started, and he's good at coding, so he was able to look at these smart contracts, and he was able to differentiate, and he was able to build tools that helped him along the way, and he stayed on top of projects. And that also, he spoke and communicated with the founders and the devs. So to trade altcoins, like, I think you do need to be involved. You can't just look at the chart and the market cap. You need to be in a Telegram. You need to be speaking and mingling with the devs and whoever's in the group. So
I agree. Yeah, 100%.
But there's nothing wrong in I personally don't trade like coins. I just try to find gems, and if they have a narrative, they have a good team, they have good tokenomics, then why not?
I think all of us want to find the gems, so I think is what makes the difference on this game, no?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that I heard you talking about, you having your tokens from 2017. Like, I think, like, in a bull market, you need to, like, follow the trends. Like, for example, like, it's been trending that tokens on PokerStar have been doing well. Polkadot tokens are doing well. Now it's NFTs, so you can find NFT projects. Like, you need to jump on the the bus every single time. Whenever there's a new narrative or a new trend, you need to be able to identify and
That's funny you should say that there. I actually think I'm noticing a narrative at the moment. Blockchain coins seem to be holding up really well during the slumps, as opposed to the DeFi's. BAT, Cardano. Yeah, even some of these 2017 shit coins, these crazy blockchains 2017 are doing good. You see lots of them starting to pop back up. I thought they were all RIP'd. Next of all, they're all flying, they're all trending again. And most of them are blockchain
you
coins.
have some projects that are moving and you don't understand why, because the teams are dead and the projects are completely dead, and the coins are moving up, and there is no any fundamental behind that. I think it's just the greed of the market. Some people that I don't know. I don't understand.
Yeah.
What you guys think about this guy, Sheldon Evans? You have a YouTube channel. He posted a very interesting project on the last months. Any of you have heard about this guy?
What's his name again, Marco?
Sheldon Evans. He's the guy that I posted on the group. I think I'm going to copy. I'm going to paste on the link.
That was interesting. Yeah, throw that up in the Zoom there, if you mind, Marco. That was an interesting
I made
video.
a little research behind the scenes, try to see the validity. So it seems the guy have a Patreon, and they have let's say a group of professionals, let's say, not professionals, guys that pay a fee, and he tries. Some people say that he tries to attract people to these projects to dump the coin, but in fact, I did my analysis on the coins, and the coins are skyrocketing. Not just because I don't believe that he have that power to move the market. I think it's just really interesting projects the guy have posted in the last months. Any of you have a feedback about the guy?
No, that was the first I ever seen of him, was what you showed me.
The guy described really well the project. He does a lot of investigation on the project, and he talks with the people, and it was what amused me. It was that part.
Eric, are you still there, Eric?
Yeah, surely am.
You were just saying there earlier on about bots, trading bots. You'd like to talk about them. Would you like to talk like a full talk, like really go into it?
I could actually do a session which is in the future. I'm involved with Cat.Trade. We build trading indicators.
Excellent.
We've our own. We have our own devs, and we develop and we do trading.
That's how you're trading also.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
You have any official website or project?
Well, I can send all the stuff to. You're the creator, David, eh? You're the.
No, actually, Paula is the gaffer.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll send it to you guys, and you can share it amongst everybody. You know.
Yeah, excellent stuff. And maybe in a week or two, we get you to go really deep dive on that for us.
Yeah. No, I could do an hour session. Myself and Dave Lyons.
Excellent stuff.
That'd be brilliant.
If you want to do it, yeah, we have copycat bots. You know, you can actually get on and copycat traders, and we have specific. We have a whole Discord group as well.
What's the name of the bot? Sorry, what's your name of your group?
It's Cat.Trade.
Cat.Trade.
Yeah,
I've used a few in the past. I've used Limit Swap. I've used UNDB.
Sorry, can you say that again?
I've used two in the past. I've used Limit Swap.
Yeah.
And I've used UNDB.
Yeah. Well, we are street head and shoulders above. I know it's kind of rich for me to say, but
no, that's okay.
I've got one bot at the moment. Like it's 100% on spot. We have unbelievable results at the moment. So, look, I'm glad to share it with everybody. It's all about everybody learning and growing in this community. And,
can you post the link on the chat, Eric?
Well, I will. I'll talk to Paula.
I understand.
I'll
Okay,
put
perfect.
everything through them because I haven't got permission because it's not my meetup. So, and I got in trouble.
No, okay, fair enough.
Well, you can search whatever you want, or you can share whatever you want.
Well, you know, I just go through the proper channels before we do it. So it's we got copycats. We've got our own indicators which are in-house developed, and we have a Discord group of a community now of over nearly 1,400 people on it worldwide. You know, and if anybody's interested in trading or copying or learning how to trade. We have a whole library of stuff how to teach people how to trade from the bottom up. So we have different styles of trading as well, which traditional. We have
swing trade and scalping, etc.
We got scalp training, slow and steady, something to suit everybody basically. So yeah.
Well, will you touch base with Paula?
Paula, she's back on the room, so.
Is she back in?
Just finished.
Hey, Paula.
Hey, who's touching base with me?
Eric is he's developing. He has some devs that they've developed trading bots, and we'd really like to deep dive in a week or two. Get him on. He'll do an hour talk to deep dive into this.
Oh, lovely! Yeah, Eric,
yeah.
we'd love to have you on. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we could do a chat, and we could just do a presentation just with myself and Dave, or Dave would take over. He's the more technical end of it, and just do a presentation. If anybody's interested in trading and learning how to trade, we could share, valuable information. And
that'd be brilliant.
It's not free, we're not charging.
Ping me on the meetups group, Eric. Eric, are you Irish? Yeah.
Yeah. I am.
Nice one. Okay, ping me on the meetups group. We'll have a chat, and we would love to get you on. I'm sure there's loads in here that would like some trading tips. I definitely need some.
Yeah.
I need hand-holding coaching.
Do you use market? Do you use the market cipher tool?
We have something which is better than the market cipher.
Okay, I'm very interested.
Yeah. We've been beating the market cipher hands down for the last 3 months. Yeah.
Really? Okay, I'm
very good.
Yeah. So
okay, we'll organize next week. We're going to have just a general chat, and then I was going to start looking at organizing some speakers for the weeks coming up after that. And we're not going to get a speaker every week. We had a speaker 2 weeks in a row, and I kind of felt that we all missed the chat and this little get together. So I think for speakers, what I'll be doing is organizing them for every second or every third week, because I think we kind of all really enjoy.
Probably leave it till after Easter, Paula, so
Easter's
and I have that in the middle as well, so.
That's no problem. Well, look, ping me on the meetups group and we'll have a chat about it, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, well, I think we have well ran over this evening. We've done an hour and a half. How did the chat go in here, Dave?
Excellent. Lots of information.
Did
you give them homework, did you?
We had a great chat. So what we're going to have now is we're going to actually have 2 videos from this evening. We'll have a video from the chat that you've had, and we'll also have the video from the chat that we had in the room. So each group can catch up on each group's chat. I think you'll both will find the rooms fairly interesting. Thank you, everybody, for coming this evening, for participating in the breakout rooms. It was something different for us to try. As we get bigger, we may be reaching out to some of you to help us run additional breakout rooms, because I think when you're getting into numbers of 30s and 40s coming in for a general chat, if we don't split things out, nobody will hear anybody. So we might be reaching out to people for a little bit of help in the next few weeks if we continue to grow at the speed. Bear in mind, we're only about 5 weeks old. And to have this many people come to the meetups it's absolutely fantastic. So thank you, everybody, for coming. And I hope that you'll all RSVP for the next meetup. And don't forget, whether you watch the videos on YouTube or not, to give them the big thumbs up so we can get more followers. Okay.
Did you put the Telegram link? I've used it.
No, what we do is, Ben, we ask people to drop their details into the chat here, and we send private invites to the Telegram group, because the Telegram group is private.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you just drop your details in there, we will grab them all out of the chat later on. It might take a day or two, because as I said, we've family priorities over the weekend.
I think David has been on the top of that, and he have been providing. I'm receiving alerts every single minute. So
nice.
They're a chatty bunch in the Telegram group. Be warned. Be warned.
I'm used to it. Yeah.
Okay, well, listen, until next week, everybody. Thank you all very much for
Thank
coming.
you all. Have a nice weekend.
Thanks, Paula. Cheers.
Thanks, Paula. Thanks, Dave. It was great, Sean.
Thanks,
Bye.
thanks, David.
Take
Cheers.
Okay, guys. Have a great weekend.
Bye bye. Take care.
Bye bye.
Thanks, guys.
All the best.
Bye.
You too, guys. Have a good one.
And